Hey you guys, how's it going? Welcome back. Welcome to a very casual, very low-key reading vlog. I am only going to be reading one book this week and kind of taking you guys along the way. Lately I've been reading a lot of heavy, dark books, which you'll see in future vlogs to come. So I wanted to switch things up a little bit, especially as we transition from September to October. October is full of spooky books, which is awesome, but for me, I need to break it up a little bit. So the plan is to read The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. I've heard so many good things about this book. I went on Goodreads and saw this book had a 4.4 star rating, which is like insane. At least I think so over on Goodreads. I haven't seen very many books achieve that, so I'm definitely intrigued. I don't know a whole lot. I know it is, I believe it's an adult fantasy novel, even though the cover suggests middle grade vibe. This main character named Linus, who is a caseworker for magical children, travels around to all of these different locations, makes sure the kids are doing okay, I think, and the story starts when he gets assigned to an orphanage that is housing the Antichrist, I believe. There is a love story involved. I know it has queer representation. I have to pick it up from the library. It is a hot commodity at the library right now. I think there's only like a 7 or a 14-day loan on it currently, so I managed to squeeze right in and grab it. And otherwise, like I said, it's gonna be a very casual, very laid back reading vlog, so I hope you guys enjoy, and let's get started. Current study status. Oh my god. Okay. We're getting there. We got a nice candle. And I do have this little shark cup guy. He makes everything better. Okay. Back to work. Don't mind me, I'm just bumming it in my pajamas. The benefits and perks of working and doing school from home. In terms of reading progress, I am currently on page 102 of The House in the Cerulean Sea, and I want to update you guys. I am really enjoying this. I can already see why people really like this. Happy when reading this. It has a very lighthearted, whimsical tone, which is really nice. Now, I haven't read a lot of middle grade books, so I may be totally wrong here, but I feel like this book could easily be marketed as middle grade, or at least the world building, the characters, and the tone is very middle grade-esque, but I'm guessing that the themes within this book will eventually become more in the vein of adult fantasy. We'll see. But I feel like this is such a fun mashup of middle grade and adult storytelling. The images that I have in my head, the kind of movie that plays in my head when I'm reading this book, is very similar to, I feel like, a Wes Anderson film. I see lots of pastels, lots of monochromatic sets, cartoonish at times. It's just making for a really unique, fun experience. It's been a really nice break. All right, hi you guys. It is Tuesday. I am getting ready to take my first test in my metabolism course. It is thankfully open book, but it's one of those kinds of exams where they say it's open book, but it's so extensive that you definitely have to study ahead of time. So that is where most of my time and energy has been going to lately. This is my study guide. I just wanted to show you guys. It's like a monster. It's all the Post-it notes. I understand it probably makes no sense to anyone else, but it makes sense to me. So I am getting ready to take this test, and after that I have some more stuff to do for school, but after that I hope to reward myself with a little bit of reading. So that is what I'm up to this morning. It is Thursday night, I think. And I wanted to check in with you guys. I am halfway through The House in the Cerulean Sea. Also, I'm sorry if there's like loud noise in the background. Steve is currently watching his evening shows. I'm trying to get more into the habit of winding down with reading at the end of the day. I'm really good about reading in the morning, but usually at night I'll get really caught up watching TV or sitting on my phone, and I've been having such a hard time falling asleep at night, and it's no doubt due
to the blue light from all the screens. So I'm trying to make it a habit. I know a lot of other people out there do this, where they will read right before they go to bed. So I'm trying to set that habit, set that intention. But anyways, I'm halfway through this book and I do have some thoughts. First things first, I guess like one negative thing I have to say. I don't even want to say it's really negative. Hopefully people don't get mad at me. I kind of just wish there was more action with this book. I'm at the halfway mark and I'm not bored, but I just want more. I don't know if I need more in terms of like the plot, or I think what I really am interested in seeing more of is like the magic in this book, the world building. I wish it was more expansive. I just want to learn more. You know what I mean? But that's not really like a deal breaker or anything, and I think the book could totally improve. But right now, that's like what I'm really aching for at the halfway mark. But in terms of positives, and there's way more positives than cons thus far, positives, I really like Mr. I think it's Parnassus, Arthur. I think he is my favorite character in this book. He's just so kind and wise, and I love the way he dresses. I love his fashion sense. I also have a lot of reader theories about Arthur, specifically his background and his past. I have a few theories kind of in the back of my mind. I feel like there is a lot more to his character than we are led on to believe in the beginning. I feel like there are going to be some twists and turns about him, which I'm really excited to see how his story, how his character arc plays out. I also want to say I really like the romance in this book. I feel like it's really realistic in terms of the progression of the romance. It's a slow burn and it's a little awkward at first, and I really enjoy the two romantic interests conversations. So thus far I am really enjoying the book, but like I said, I just wish there was like more. I find the universe, this idea of there being magical children and, you know, where do we put them? How do we raise them? And so there's a government agency that is in charge of housing these magical children and overseeing them. I just think it's such a cool concept, and I just wish I knew more about the world, and I wish I knew more about the kids. I feel like there is so much opportunity there for such interesting backstories. Yeah, I am gonna lay down and get some more reading done and hopefully sleep better tonight.
Hello everyone, welcome back to another check-in of this very casual, very unproductive reading vlog. It is Friday night at about 8 p.m. Steve and I worked. Whoa, did you hear my voice crack there? Steve and I worked way too late tonight, but it's finally the weekend, which is so nice. I think tomorrow morning we're gonna go for a hike, which should be really cool, and then go out to brunch afterwards. It's like a cute little date idea. That's about all we can do these days in terms of getting out of the apartment. In terms of reading updates, I've been trying to get through The House in the Cerulean Sea, but it is taking me forever. I'm trying to read a few pages here and there, like on my lunch breaks or, you know, at breakfast. And I did have some realizations. In my last update, I said that at the halfway mark, I was feeling a little bit bored, but I made the realization, well, like it just kind of clicked in my head as I continued to read, that this story isn't really about the magic system or the world building. The fantasy is more so just a backdrop, and this story is more so about communicating messages and shedding light on tolerance, found family, the dangers of complacency. That's more so what this book is about, and the fantasy is just kind of a nice add-on. Like I said, it's a backdrop to everything, and once I made that realization, it made for a much more enjoyable read. Though I think what also made for a much more enjoyable read is that I have started picturing Linus, the main character, the caseworker, as Martin Freeman. And naturally, I've started picturing Arthur as Benedict Cumberbatch, regardless of the actual character descriptions in the book. And I can't unsee it now. That's all I see. It's their faces. And that definitely boosted my reading experience, I have to say. I wanted to show you guys this really cool piece of like autumn, I guess Halloween, but you can also use it for Thanksgiving. Piece of decor. Look how cool this is. It's like a glass pumpkin, but it lights up. My favorite thing I have bought thus far for my new place. And I just think it looks really cool at night on the dining room table. Anyways, I'm just rambling. Like I said, this is a very casual vlog. So I'm gonna make dinner and I will check in with you guys later. our way. We're already winded. We're doing good. There are so many bugs here, and I know that sounds bad because, like, obviously out in nature there would be bugs.
Must keep going onward.
But there's like way more bugs than usual. I don't know what is going on. I don't know if it's because of the changing of the seasons. What is on my nose? Oh my god.
It's a book.
It's probably a book. It's probably a book.
Hey guys.
Oh,
What's up, buddy?
hey. Hey you guys, it is 6 p.m. We are home from the hike and just hanging out. The hike was so much fun. We hiked up to this waterfall, though technically it was more so like a water drizzle because I guess at the end of the summer and the start of fall, that is when there's the least amount of water, but it was still visually so cool, really awesome views, and we got over 10,000 steps, which is nice. And there were all these chipmunks up there. I feel like it was like chipmunk heaven over by this waterfall, and they were really friendly. Too friendly, obviously, because one of them jumped on Steve. I'm about 100 pages out from finishing this, and I am absolutely, my heart, you guys, my heart is like hurting. I guess I could just describe this book as very pleasant and heartwarming and kind, and I feel like the plot is really starting to pick up. I really like Lucy as well. He is one of the children at this orphanage, and he's probably the child of most interest because he's like low-key the Antichrist, but he's a really good kid at heart. He's, at the end of the day, he's just a 6-year-old who just so happens to be a spawn of Satan. I think the author did a really great job at creating him as a character. Also, the romance in this book, it's perfect. It's so sweet. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have dinner soon and just kind of hang out, maybe do schoolwork. Ooh, maybe. Probably should. I probably should. The book is finished with literally hours to spare. This book is due at the library by the end of the day. So as soon as I finish this update, I am actually going to jump in my car and go drop this off. Down to the wire, but I definitely got it done. I ended up giving this book a 4 out of 5 stars. I would describe this as pleasant, sweet, kind-hearted, but also very meaningful and thought-provoking. I loved all of the messages and little lessons that were interwoven throughout this story. This is a book, like I said in previous updates, this is a book about tolerance and found family. It has middle grade world building and characters, but very adult themes and messages to convey. I thought it was expertly written. The only reason I gave it a 4 out of 5 stars was just because I was craving a little more action in the middle, but I don't think that's the book's fault. That is more so a reflection of just me as a reader at the time. I was just in the mood for some fantastical action. I was really impressed with TJ Klune. One thing I really liked that he did was he took certain objects or phrases that appear in the beginning of the book and he sprinkled them throughout the story, but the meaning that these objects or these certain phrases held continued to evolve with the story. So for example, Linus, the main character, he has this little mouse, like computer mouse pad that sits on his desk at his office, and on this mouse pad there's this really beautiful beach and this cursive writing. It's like a generic mouse pad that says, "Don't you wish you were here?" Like, "Don't you wish you were at this beach?" And at first you think it's just brought up in the story to help describe the setting or the environment, but that mouse pad and that phrase keeps popping up throughout the story. But the meaning behind the mouse pad, the meaning behind the phrase continues to evolve, and I thought that was so expertly done. I love when authors do that. That's like a personal preference of mine. I just think that is such clever and smart writing. I think that's gonna do it for this reading vlog. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. This was
very casual and laid back. I've just been really busy with school lately and trying to get as much done as possible on a day-by-day basis. So hopefully this was fun to watch. Hopefully it was relaxing for you guys. And run to the library so I don't get any library fees. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye!